Hi, welcome. Today I am going to explain about the film Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse. Spoilers ahead, watch out fully. Over a year after assisting Miles Morales in taking down Kingpin on Earth 65 in New York City, Gwen Stacy describes how she finds it difficult to build relationships with anyone there and how she feels alone in her duty as Spider-Woman. She remembers her best buddy Peter Parker, the last person she felt a connection to after leaving her band. He and his Aunt May were very close to Gwen and her father, Police Captain George Stacy, even though she kept her secret superhero existence from them all. Peter endured constant bullying at school despite Gwen's best efforts to stand up for him. He began doing risky chemical experimentation without her knowledge. A huge lizard creature attacked the school the night of prom and attempted to kill Peter's bully. When Gwen battled him off in the form of Spider-Woman, the structure fell on top of the monster. Peter, who had been fatally hurt by the debris, was returned to by the lizard. It was too late for Gwen to save him. Before passing away in her arms, Peter told her he knew she was Spider-Woman and reassured her. When Captain Stacy saw Spider-Woman lying next to Peter's body, she suspected the masked vigilante had killed him and launched a city-wide quest for her. The killer of Gwen's best friend is still on the loose, and when she gets home, her dad is waiting for her. He quickly leaves to respond to a disturbance at the Guggenheim Museum, despite Gwen advising him it's not good. After taking out the police outside and entering to discover that the Vulture has been drawn into her dimension and is causing havoc there, Gwen quickly follows him in the disguise of Spider-Woman. She is held down by the antagonist, but Miguel O'Hara, alias Spider-Man 2099, another time traveler from another dimension, frees her. He explains to her that ever since the collider occurred in Miles' world, Vulture and others like him have been drawn into parallel realities. His equipment and abilities are still unable to contain the Renaissance-era Vulture, so he employs Lila, an AI, to request assistance from Jessica Drew, another Spider-Woman. While Miguel almost used a pair of hidden teeth on the creature, the three are able to halt Vulture and save the local residents and police officers. Gwen, who is hurt and outside the web, stops to rest. Captain Stacy discovers her, surrounds her, and tries to take her in. To his surprise, she discloses her identity as his daughter when she has no other choice. She tries to reason with him and insists that she is innocent of Peter's death, but he keeps arresting her. Miguel and Jess, who are getting ready to return the Vulture to their dimension, manage to stop him. Miguel is very hesitant to allow Gwen to stay behind alone, but Jess persuades him otherwise, and he lets her. Following Spider-Man as he resumes his battle with Spot, the Faceless Man is aggrieved that Spider-Man considers him a minor adversary. The three of them wind up in the Ultramax Collider's ruins after teleporting all over. Since the Spot used to work as a scientist at Ultramax, the company Miles hurled a bagel at in the first movie, and conducted the test that brought the spider that bit Miles through from another realm, the Spot informs Spider-Man that here is where they were both created. Similar to how Miles' destruction of the Collider produced an accident that irrevocably changed Spot into the humanoid portal creature he is today. Because of his illness, the Spot was avoided by his co-workers, friends, and even family. He attacks Spider-Man and Lieutenant Morales out of wrath, but unintentionally kicks himself into a deep portal, which closes behind him. Jeff is upset about the fight's collateral damage, namely the fact that the criminal got away. He tells Spider-Man about his difficulties being a good spouse and father, and the disguised Miles uncomfortably provides guidance before departing. The Spot discovers himself in a void filled with several gateways that his spots have created. He discovers by looking through them that he may leave the in-between area and enter other dimensions, but that doing so depletes his energy and prevents him from coming back. If you like this recap, give one like and comment, "I love Spider-Man." In the year 2099, they are transported to Earth 928, New York, a stunningly modern place. As they reach the Spider Society headquarters, Miles encounters a large number of spider beings from other realms, including Spider-Bite, a virtual reality spider who can be remotely controlled by Margot Kess, a young woman. Miles receives a wristband to keep him from glitching out, but he is perplexed as to why Gwen said it was a small group. He also encounters anomalies, villains exiled from their own dimensions who are held captive in anticipation of being returned to their original dimensions by the Go-Home machine, a machine that reads the DNA of the anomalies and does just that. Hobie warns Miles to consider carefully why he wants to be a part of the society, telling him to know what he's fighting for before he embraces their techniques when they are asked to see Miguel. Miguel is enraged with Miles and Gwen for interfering and for letting Spot escape. Peter B. Parker, the Spider-Man who assisted Miles the previous year with his infant daughter Mayday, interrupts him. Gwen accepts responsibility and admits she should never have seen Miles because she was told not to involve him in the situation. Miguel decides to explain the matter to Miles since he wants to know what is happening. Miles is running through the city to his flat while Jess, Miguel, and Ben split off to seek for him. Miles is thinking about what the other spider people have told him as he does so. He returns safely to his bedroom, where his mother discovers him. As he talks incoherently about everything that has occurred to him since leaving, Miles encircles her. He makes the decision to stop being terrified and informs her that he is Spider-Man. Rio, on the other hand, is unaware of Spider-Man and goes about her evening. Before Miles can respond to Aaron's text, an unidentified assailant knocks him out. Gwen overhears Mr. and Mrs. Morales frettingly discussing their feelings of estrangement from their son in the adjacent room. When Gwen shows up and admits that it is her fault that he hasn't come back, Jeff shows some respect for her after learning that her father is a police officer. Rio asks her to tell Miles they still love him when she finds him before she departs to locate him. Gwen is left in Earth 65 while Miles travels to New York. Additionally, Jessica, Scarlet, and Miguel teleport to New York. Gwen makes valiant attempts to get back and find Miles, but her watch has been turned off. Her dad discovers her as she enters her flat to get her belongings. When they do finally have a conversation, Gwen explains why she thought she could never tell George about her alter identity and George announces his resignation from the police department. When Gwen realizes he won't be a captain anymore, they make up. Hobie left George a gift with a makeshift dimension watch fashioned from Spider Society stolen components, which George sends to Gwen. In order to return to Miles' Earth, Gwen utilizes it. Miles awakens in Aaron's flat, bound. He tries to explain that he is from another universe where Aaron is dead and his father is still living. He tells Aaron that his uncle never really intended to be the Prowler, appealing to Aaron's nobler side. Miles is shown Miles Morales of Earth 42 by Aaron, who informs him that he is not the Prowler. After hearing his fascinating tale, Prowler Miles begs his counterpart to let him go so he may save their father. Prowler Miles, on the other hand, doesn't intend to let him go. You can download this movie by the link in the description. Comment your favorite sequence in this movie recap with time snaps. Thanks for watching this awesome recap. Subscribe for regular movie updates.